So do you ever feel like your body is holding you back? Like no matter how much you train, certain movements just feel stiff, awkward, or just off? And it's pretty frustrating, right? Sort of like this tangled ball of cords. And the harder you pull in random directions, the worse it gets. So now the problem is that most high performers think that lifting heavier, training harder, or adding in more volume is the answer. But here's the deal, that approach can lead to burnout, frustration, and even injuries. If you're not addressing mobility, strength, and motor control together, you're building power on top of limitations. And that's how you get stuck or worse, injured. It's no wonder so many people feel stiff, achy, or stuck in the workout, or even just everyday life. Now here's some advice from a still very active 52-year-old. If you're in your 30s or 40s, you gotta start focusing on moving better. So how do you start moving better? Well, I'm gonna break it down into 3 simple steps for you. Now first off, let me give you an example of one of our clients. Gardner was a competitive triathlete, lean, strong, and fast. But outside of swimming, cycling, and running, his body felt stiff and locked up. Strength without flexibility was limiting his endurance. But within 4 weeks of doing elements, he felt smoother, stronger, and in his words, not trapped by his own body anymore. All right, so here are those 3 simple steps. You're only as old as your joints. So that's why it's important to spend some time each day working on your joint mobility. Here are some things that you can focus on. Standing wrist circles. You can perform standing wrist circles anywhere. The focus should be on making sure to keep your palm facing the floor and perform 30 seconds in one direction and then 30 seconds in the opposite direction. Something else are standing shoulder rolls. I absolutely love these. Again, you can do these anywhere and just focus on rolling the shoulder to the back for 30 seconds and then to the front 30 seconds. Now finally, an example could be standing hip rotations. Just think of drawing a big circle with your hips going in one direction for, again, 30 seconds, and then switch 30 seconds going in the opposite direction. Now next off, strengthen through full range of motion. I would choose some strength moves that you're having a bit of trouble with in getting into that full range of motion. And here are some examples that you can use. For the bodyweight squat, it's great because you can adjust what's going on within the squat. For example, if you're having trouble keeping your heels down on the floor as you squat down, that's perfectly fine. You can stand up just a bit and just simply work on getting the heels to the ground and then going slowly deeper into that range of motion while you continue to perform your squats. Eventually, with practice and time, you'll end up getting to the point where you can keep your heels down as you go into that squat. Another option could be simply to lift your heels up so you can go deeper into that squat. So again, heels up, heels down, depends on where you are that day and going to that full range of motion that's good for you that day. Now another one that we can work on is the A-frame into the Spider-Man. And obviously this is gonna work on that full range of motion in the end ranges. But what if you can't go all the way down? Or what if you can't get into that full A-frame position? It's perfectly fine. You do what you can do and slowly work on improving and increasing that range of motion. For example, let's say that you can only get to here. Great. Focus on pushing your butt a little higher into the floor. When you're going down towards the floor, maybe bring your knees to the floor. This will allow you to go all the way down, continuing to work on the strength portion of it. And as you push back up, start to float the knees and then work to go back into this A-frame position. The key point here is you're working in a way that's going to be good for you to help increase that range of motion while still working on improving your strength. So finally, practice control and coordination through locomotion. Now, this is the GMB secret sauce right here. Spend some time exploring movements like crawling or transitions between seated and standing positions. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about creating smooth, controlled movement patterns. And for this example, we can take 2 locomotion patterns. In this case, we're going to use the crab, and then we also have the frogger performed at a level that's good for you. And what I mean by that is when you're performing the frogger, if you're having trouble going down into a full squat, you can just bring your hips higher and hop this way. But what we're going to do is add a twist in here and combine those 2 movements. We're going to take the crab, walk, bring the left hand up, right foot comes under, and we go right into the crab. Now from this position, we're going to bring the left hand up again, but this time bring the right foot under, and it's going to put us right back into this crab position. So now we can switch. Right hand up, left hand under, hop, hop, right hand up, left foot goes under, and continue with the crab. Taking these movements and looking at them as exploration of different movement patterns, again, is going to help us to build the strength, mobility, and control that we need to help us to move better. Moving your body from standing to a lying position and then getting back up off of the ground is so important. And I encourage you to explore this. Don't think about techniques or specific movements. Just think about how many different ways can you get down to the floor and then work on getting back up in a way that's going to be good for you. This is really going to help you to start looking at how to move your body in a better way instead of just thinking it has to be in a particular way. This is very important to expand yourself beyond this box. Both sides, trying to find different ways and exploration of how you can get in and out of these positions, going from top to bottom on the ground. Spend just 15 minutes working on your joint mobility, strengthening your range of motion, and practicing locomotion, and in as little as 4 weeks, you'll feel stronger, looser, and more in control of your body than you ever have. And while these steps are a great place to start, understand that they're just scratching the surface. To get the best results and the full experience, you need a system designed for performance-driven training. And that's where Elements comes in. It's built to work with your current workouts, not replace them, so you can move stronger, recover faster, and break through limitations. And that's because if you're serious about moving way better than 95% of the population, taking the time to go through Elements will give you the results you're looking for. When you approach movement through this lens, by focusing on mobility, strength, and control as a whole, you untangle the mess and create something that just works. If you're ready to unlock the strength, speed, and resilience you've been missing, check out our other videos. We've got tons of tips and programs to help you take this even further. Just like this next one, I know it's going to help you out.